This is Nicole here with Videomaker at NAB 2015. I'm talking with Kendall from Blackmagic. He's going to tell us a little bit about DaVinci Resolve 12, their new release.
Very good. Yeah, so we came out with Resolve 12 this year. Has quite a bit in it this year. It's over 80 features have been added to it. So of course, I think everyone pretty much knows this is a color correction software package, amazing, been used in motion pictures. But the great thing about this, we've been enhancing it over the years here with editing. So we've added in a number of tools down here in the timeline for trimming, really gone all the way out to a full-blown editing system now. All the high-end professional editors, I think they're going to be pleased with any of the tools that they see in here, whether it's rippling or doing split cuts or any of that kind of stuff will be in here. But the one thing that people were looking for was multicam. So we added that in now. You can do up to 16 cameras in here now. And you can see it right here. You can go through, and it's very easy to go through and do all your edits in here. The other thing is they overhauled the interface here, just enhanced it to make it smoother on the eyes. A lot of editors, a lot of colorists are sitting in dark environments for many hours out of the day, so they really wanted to go in and fine-tune this to make sure it was easy on the eye. Added in audio adjustments, audio filters, VST plugins for audio, AU filters for all the audio, so they really enhanced that. And the media management, they've actually gone in and redesigned the media management now. There's search tools and things like that. So overall, it's just an amazing upgrade, and it worked really hard on this one. I think people will be pleased.
Yeah, it sounds really great. A lot of big improvements there. I noticed there's still 3 versions. Can you tell us a little bit about the differences between those?
That's what I was going to say is if people want to go on the website and try this out, they've never experienced color correction or even use the editor for the first time, they can use DaVinci Resolve Lite. It's free, and it has all of the editing features that the full version has. It's very powerful. So and then you would move up if you need the full version. You need to get into stereoscopic or some of the higher end features that the $9.95 version has, and you would do that. And then of course we have DaVinci Resolve. You see here with the 29, and really what that is our panels. So it's the color panels with the wheels that you see the guys on. That's why it gets them into the high, because it's all the hardware.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, very good.
So we had the original Ursa camera that we had come out last year, and as we were stating last year, we had a user upgradable sensor, and we're actually at that point now at NAB here in 2015 where you can upgrade the sensor for Ursa to 120 frames a second, and you can get 15 stops of dynamic range. And the way you do that is move up to the 4.6K sensor on that. So it's still an EF or PL mount, but you can switch that out now and you can upgrade. That'll be $2,000.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I noticed here you've got a new viewfinder.
That's right. So we added on a new viewfinder, $14.95 for this. It's beautiful. It has a OLED in it so that it's actually eye sensitive, and under here you can actually turn it on or off because you don't want to burn out the OLED in there. But it's 1920 by 1080. It's actual HD screen that's in there on the viewfinder itself. And you can pull up focus peaking, you can pull up focus charts, things like that. So it's amazing.
Cool. Anything else you want to highlight about the new sensor or the new viewfinder?
Well, the one thing I do want to point out is some people think that you can take the sensor and actually change it out, each week for each job. It's not really meant for that. It's more if you want to upgrade it to get the higher frame rates and more stops of dynamic range, that's fine.
Great.
But really you need to be in a clean environment. You need to know what you're doing when you're going to switch this out. With that said, if you have an EF model that you bought, you can actually change it out to a PL model now if you'd like to.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be the kind of thing that you're going to go back and forth each week and switch out. So,
right,
yeah.
So you kind of make a decision there and then stick with it.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
And then brand new camera, right? The Ursa Mini?
Yes, the Ursa Mini over here. This one actually was made primarily because the Ursa came out. Wonderful camera, beautiful 10-inch screen on it. Has your scopes on the side. You can play video on either side or have scopes. All the touch menus are there. But really it was set up for people to have like an audio person on one side, have a guy pulling focus on the other, more of a workflow camera in a sense. A lot of people want to take it off the tripod, they want to run around with it. This camera's a lot lighter, so it's 5 pounds. And so you'll be able to...
It's magnesium
It is,
body?
That's right, it's magnesium body, so it's very lightweight. It has a nice screen on it still, it's actually a touch screen on here, 5-inch touch screen, 1920 by 1080. Have all your features in here, so it really comes with almost every feature you'd have in the Ursa, with all of the CFast card recording and the RAW, the Super 35 size sensor, the PL or EF choice, and the mount. All of those features are in here, but again, you're going to have the lightweight portability to be able to run around with it.
Right.
Yeah, handheld camera. And the nice thing about this is that it comes with the option to get a shoulder mount, and with that shoulder mount in the package, you'll get a top handle, and you also get an extension arm here.
Okay.
So with the camera itself, you'll get the nice handle here with the record button on it and the options, and you have these rosettes, so it'll come here and you can actually hook in here and you can take the camera around, but if you get the add-on shoulder mount and extension arm, then you have more options to move it around.
Right, it makes it a little more portable.
Exactly. And that one again comes in a, just like the regular Ursa, comes in an EF or PL, and you can move up to the 4.6, get the extra stops to dynamic range. And this one will do 60 frames a second in the rolling shutter, and it'll do 30 frames a second in the global shutter. This is the micro cinema camera. I had to look up because we have two cameras that look very similar here, and we'll get to the other one in a second. But this is the micro cinema camera. And this camera, if you think back to our pocket cinema camera that we announced last year, this is similar. The reason why they wanted to make this, though, is that it's a little more compact and actually has features that people were asking for, like the record button right on the front here with a tally light. So this will light up red when you are recording. People were taking the pocket camera, for instance, and putting it in the dash of a car and they couldn't tell if they were recording and all those. So we're trying to make this camera a little more portable, make it so you can put it in a drone, take it up, and you can fly it around on a gimbal, that kind of thing.
Right.
And have all the radio control options that come out of the expansion port here. So you would have all the airplane controls that you normally have. So you can do focus, iris control, zoom. You'd have all that control through that. It has an HDMI port on there too. You can see it has a battery on the back. And SDI recording on here. So as I was saying, it's similar to the pocket camera in the sense that it's a super 16 size sensor. So we record ProRes, you can record RAW also in here, but it has a micro four thirds lens mount also.
So it seems like kind of a more powerful action cam, perhaps.
Exactly, it's going to give you 13 stops of dynamic range, so that's quite a bit. Just the quality of it is going to be amazing for the size camera that it is.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you have two cameras that look very similar.
Micro studio camera. So as you can tell, it looks very similar to the micro cinema camera, but this is going to be used more for live production. So there is no SD card slot. There's no internal recording on here.
Okay.
Of course, you could go out SDI or HDMI to an external recorder if you'd like to. But this is really primarily set up for sports or for television shows. Maybe some intimate setting where you don't necessarily want a big rig camera in someone's face, but you want this set off behind, you know, maybe on a bookshelf or something like that where it's kind of hidden away and you can have multiple cameras out there. And again, it has the same expansion port that the cinema camera has. Excuse me, it's right here. So you still get the same protocols. You can do pan, tilt, zoom. All the length controls to do stop, start recording are in there. HDMI connection, SDI on the other side. Again, it's a micro four thirds lens mount on here, but the nice thing with the expansion port is you would have the option to do a B4 mount on here. You can do a B4 adapter with a B4 lens. So you would have that control. As you can tell, both of those cameras here do not have a monitor on it. So what we've come up with is the Blackmagic Video Assist. So it's a 5-inch full HD 1920 by 1080 monitor, has SDI connections, HDMI connections, but you can also record onto this too.
Oh, okay,
so
that's
you can
great.
Record the SD card, and what you can do is you can basically mount this on the camera if you want. It has 3 holes down here and 3 here, and you can mount it on, and then you can go through all your settings of the camera actually on here, make all your adjustments.
Okay, great. Great option. Cool.
That's it?
I think that's it for us. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, you've done a great job of explaining all of these new cameras and new features that are out. Thank you very much. And signing off for Videomaker. Thanks.